All right. Hey, everyone. This is Jim. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live. Oh, yeah. All right. So, anyways, hold on here a second. All right. Let's see. Okay. Wait a minute. All right. This is version 5.0. It is episode 239. Let me get a handle here. All right. There we go. Jim Brown. All right. Okay, here we go. I'll just like expand this. Oh yeah. All right. All right. Hello everyone. Hello. All right. So yes. So now. All right. Okay. Let me. All right. Okay. So. All right. Yeah. Do. All right. So yeah. Let's see. Where do I want to share this to? Fuck. Um. Cigar smoker. Cigar. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Share the group. Um. Okay. I'll be with you people in a moment here. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Whoops. Okay. So hold on. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Um. hmm. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, welcome to Big Jim's Blogcast Live. I'm Jim. All right. So, and I see that it is it is version 5.0. It is episode 239. It is Sunday, January 22nd, 2022. All right. Ultimate 80. All right. Okay. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, all right. So, yeah. And welcome. All right. Well, okay. So, yes, it's Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. Let's see. Let's go for more. All right. Share the group. Um, uh, all right. So, pop culture. All right. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So we're doing that. We got um hmm. All right. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay, all right, everybody. Yeah, it is Big Jim Blogcast Live. I'm ready now. All right, so let's see here. We'll switch into profile. Okay. All right, what do we got here? All right. Do. Okay. So here we are. It is Big Jim Blogcast Live. It is version 5.0, episode 239. It is Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. I've got y'all here. Let's see here. All right. Okay. So, all right. All right. Susan James. All right. Anyways, yes. Wow, it feels weird. Okay, I'll give you my intro if you're coming at us for the very first time here. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 239. We air live on Sundays, the occasional Fridays, and Wednesdays once in a while. We're in our 5th year. We debuted Big Jims Blogcast Live, debuted back in 2018, based out of Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Big Jims Blogcast Live does craft beer reviews like this one. Tonight's craft beer is called Turbulent. It is a chocolate butter peanut porter by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Over 200 craft beer brewery reviews and counting. We do craft breweries right here in Sarnia to across Canada, and we pair with it a good spirit. Tonight is Gibson's Finest Whiskey and a good Rocky Patel Vintage Connecticut cigar. So, all right, I'll light that up soon. Big Jims Blogcast Live, we tell you about local events near you, countdowns to holidays, birthday shoutouts to our friends. Always on tap at Big Jims Blogcast Live. Classic movies, classic TV, classic pro wrestling, classic sci-fi, sports, all from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and classic albums like retro, yesteryear nostalgia, stuff from a long time ago, sequels, prequels, one-hit wonders, what have you. So thanks for watching. Tune us in. I got to remind you that Big Jims Blogcast Live, we're not only seen in the U.S. and Canada, but now we're worldwide, like UK, Australia, Mexico, France, Spain, Germany, and so on. Thank you for watching. Tune us on. Tune in. Enjoy the show. Let's keep it fun, light, respectful. We're not... all right. So, anyways... Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. Like us, share us, subscribe to us. And you can hear Big Jims later on. The show will be it'll be downloaded to all these audio listening platforms you listen to your podcasts, like Spotify, Anchor FM, my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. So just, chill out, relax. We're not spam. The audio... Like I said, the audio versions go out later. Here we go. Boom. All right. And we've got random bongo solos all through the... All right, blogcast. So you'll hear those. Tonight, what's on tap we've got... like I said, we're going to do our craft beer review. We've got like a cube in the Rubik. I'm going to attempt to get a side here with 20 turns 3 times within the blogcast. So there you go. We've got like I said, so we're going to get to the craft beer review. We got birthday shout outs, we got countdowns, local events. We're going to talk about Superman 2. Got the movie on already. A classic canceled TV show for Code Red. Former pro wrestler Pepper Martin. Star Wars minor character Seward Cass, our classic 007 James Bond villain Max Zorin, our hockey car hero Stephen Johns, our classic album Exciter, Violence and Force, and always this week in Van Halen history. So let's go. Boom. All right. All right. So, okay. Let's see here. If you like us... Okay, write a comment. Hello. All right, there we go. All right. So, anyways, yeah. All right. There we go. All right. So, anyways, tonight, first of all, I gotta light this puppy up. So, anyways. All right. All right, there we go. All right. So, anyways, Okay. I'll just put this over here. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Tune us in to say hello. I'll give my disclaimer. I may say a few bad, dirty words like shit, damn, screw, fuck. Go get a Kleenex because they'll come out often, like during the night, or go to your safe space. Like I said, we're going to cube the Rubik soon, 3 times. We're going to get to some birthday shows and countdowns. But first, yeah, let's see here. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to do some more sharing. All right. All right, there we go. Exclusively Van Halen. All right. 007 movie, James Bond, 007. Okay, All Pro Wrestling. Okay. All right. All right. There we go. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Inappropriate memes. Here we are. Okay, well, we're back. All right. So anyways, yeah. So my craft beer, I've got a good craft beer going tonight. I'm accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. I'm trying it for the very first time. Here's what I do with craft beer reviews. So when I try this for the very first, okay, tonight's craft beer is called Turbulent Chocolate Butter Peanut Butter Porter. Now, so I'm trying it for the very first time. Me and the girlfriend visited. It's by Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario. And before I do that, I'll explain my rating system. Before I open that, let's see. It's behind here. All right. So, all right. So the rating system. Okay, if I rate it at 8, 9, or 10, it's heaven sent, instant classic, or perfect. If it's a 7 or 6, it's a drink do again. If it's a 5 or 6, drink at your own risk or peril. If it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, that means it turns an alcoholic sober. The devil won't drink it, and it was either brewed in a sewage plant. So there you go. There's my rating system. All right. So as I said, I'm trying it for the very first time. I've got one of their glasses here. Yes, we do. All right. So, anyways, and I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So, like I said, if your number just is going to jibe up with mine, if you're still here at the end of the blogcast, feel free to do so. Throw out a number there. All right. Old school. There we go. All right. So, here we go. Oh, yeah. Look how that, all right. So, there we go. All right. Oh, okay. And I brought backup too. So, like I said, here's your backup. All right. Extra bottle. All right. So, what am I going to, all right. Anywho, okay. So, Turbulence, Chocolate Butter Peanut Porter by Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I'm trying it for the very first time. Here we go. All right. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. So, but we'll get to that in a minute. All right. Let's see that. Okay. So, it's not bad at all. You can taste the peanut butter in it. You can definitely do that. There we go. Oh yeah, accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. So Sean, I see you've just joined us, Sean. Welcome to Big Jim Blogcast Live. It is episode 239. It's version 5.0. It's Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. I just have my new craft beer review here. The new craft beer is called Turbulent. It's a chocolate peanut butter porters by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario. Which reminds me, I have to, let's see, okay, all right, send in messenger, all right, search for people, Craft Heads Brewing Company, there we go, we sent that, all right, and so, yeah, let's see here, all right, okay. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Like I said, Craft Heads Brewing Company, Turbulent Chocolate Butter Peanut Butter. It's a chocolate peanut butter porter. Definitely really good. It's like, okay. Hard to put like a read on it, but I do like, I can't really instantly rate it right now. It's got to it's got to grow on me, and you know, it is like a good summer beer. Oh yeah. Let's top that up. Oh. All right. Okay. So, let's see here. All right. Okay. All right. So. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. All right. Just switching around here. All right. Okay. So, anyways, all right. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah. Like I said, it's like, all right. My cigar went out. All right. What we got on tap for tonight? Okay. All right. Anyways, okay. So, anyways, yeah. That's like we've got like we're gonna do some birthday shout outs, but here's the first of many. Cubing the Rubik tonight. I'm gonna do 20 turns. I'm gonna attempt to solve. I'm gonna go for blue. Okay. All right. There you go. Blue. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm far worse off. Okay. Sometime later, got 2 more attempts at it, like hard enough as it is. All right. So, anyways, yeah. How many? Okay. No. All right. And so. All right. So let's see here. All right. All right. So. Okay. All right. So, anyways, people, yeah, tonight, all right. So now I finished sharing and all that. You've got my total attention here. All right. So, all right. What's that? All right. So, anyways, yeah, it's Big Jim Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 239. It is Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. Second new blogcast of the year. So before we get to we're gonna do some birthday shout outs, but after that we're gonna do countdowns and all on tap tonight. Superman 2, Code Red, or a professional wrestler Pepper Martin, Star Wars character Seward Cass, our classic 007 Bond villain Max Zorin, our hockey card hero Stephen Johns, our classic album, and This Week in Van Halen history. Plus we've got the craft beer of it tonight. It is accompanied by Gibson's finest whiskey. All right. All right. We have Turbulent. It is it is a chocolate peanut butter porter. It is by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I'm trying it for the very first time tonight. All right. Good beer. And definitely, there's no unpleasant aftertaste to it. I'll give you that. You can definitely taste the chocolate. You can definitely taste the peanut butter in it. All right, Travis, I see you're watching tonight. Tonight's craft beer is called Turbulent. If you're still around during the end of the blogcast, stick around because I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So, all right, a good cigar here. It is like a Rocky Patel Vintage Connecticut. All right. It is by the craft or Riverfront Cigars here in Sarnia. Share your story. All right, there we go. All right. Share now, public. All right. Oops. Okay. All right. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess that's enough sharing for tonight. All right. So, anyways, oh yeah, bongo solos. Because gongs are so 2022. So, anyways, before we get started, before we get to the birthday shouts, countdowns, and all that, I'm gonna tell you, I want to. Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version of Big Jim Blogcast Live will go out later on live on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms you listen to your podcast to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks, Chain Reaction, great band there. All the pop culture groups, Retro Classic Nostalgia, Van Halen, Classic Metal, Hard Rock and Metal, Craft Beer, Cigars, Sci-Fi, Star Wars, Pro Wrestling, Classic TV and Movies, and all the Superman, Chris Reeve, James Bond, Rubik's Cube groups tonight. So, all right. And if you're here, and if you want to say hello, please do so. Tune in. All right. So we're going to get to some birthday shout-outs now. All right. From January 16th to the 22nd, Gwen Holbrook, Carolyn Nutt Butler, Susan Welch, Barbara Russo, Tanya Ferguson, Peter Norris, Elizabeth Hillier, Tracy Williams, Sue Campbell, Ryan Martin, Dora Adora, and Kathleen Roscoe. Happy birthday, everyone. All right, happy birthday from Big Jim Blogcast Live. I hope you guys celebrated in style. Right on. So, anyways, just going to switch over, do more switching over here. All right. So, okay. All right. All right. Boom. Okay. So, yeah. All right. We switched back to that. All right. All right. And so, captions are auto-generated. All right. So, yeah. Thanks for watching Big Jim Blogcast Live. We're going to get to some countdowns now before local events. So you need to know these. Like, all right. So, all right. Valentine's Day is 23 days away. Groundhog Day is 11 days away. Valentine's Day, that's important to remember. Okay. Spring is 57 days away. St. Patrick's Day is 54 days away. Daylight Savings Time is 49 days away. Mother's Day is 112 days away. The Victoria Day long weekend is 120 days away. Father's Day is 147 days away. Summer is 150 days away. Good Friday is 75 days away. Canada Day is 160 days away. And the August Civic Long Weekend is 197 days away. Alright, yeah, I know that's no fun. Fuck, we're stuck here in the dead of wintertime. Alright. Alright. So, anyways, yeah. Okay. So, bongo solo. Boom. Alright. You'll be seeing more of those later on tonight. Yeah. So, and our tonight's craft beer, it's accompanied by, like, Gibson's Finest whiskey. It's damn good. Oh, yeah, very good. Alright. It is, okay, and I got their glass here. It is the, all right, it is called Turbulent. It is a chocolate peanut butter porter by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. The girlfriend and I visited this past summer, last summer. And I'm trying it for the very first time. Yeah, like I said, there's no unpleasant aftertaste to it. Goes down smoothly. You can taste the chocolate butter and peanut butter, or the chocolate and peanut butter in it. I got to get a reading on it all the way through the blogcast. And when I do my craft beer reviews, I don't go, thank you very much. It's very exquisite, I don't use fancy words. I don't use fancy terms. I go with my gut. So, I go with my gut on it, and I give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're brave enough to stick around during the end of the blogcast and want to throw out a number of your own, see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. That's what we're all about here at Big Jim Blogcast Live, is audience participation. Damn good. All right. And I brought backup, as you can see. So, all right. So as we get in, we're going to get into this blogcast. Again, I'm going to remind everybody this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast too. Yeah. Plus my own plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. And I want to give shouts out to everybody watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks, Michelle and Al, you guys rock. Chain Reaction, great band there. True Fire, a great band there. Cold South, great band there. All the pop culture, retro, classic, nostalgia groups, all the hair metal, classic rock, Van Halen groups, all the craft beer, cigars, Star Wars groups, sci-fi, pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movies, and Superman, Christopher Reeve, James Bond, Rubik's Cube, as we'll be talking about We'll be kicking it off with like our. We'll get some local events out of the way first, and okay, and I got my good cigar here. It's a Rocky Patel Vintage Connecticut by from Riverfront Cigars in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Yeah, so we get that out of the way. All right. So, anyways, yeah, we're gonna get to some local events here now. Boom. All right. So, anyways, all right, local events have come back in a big way. So, it used to be like for a couple of years, COVID was like all raging and events. The buzzwords were hiatus, canceled, postponed, rescheduled, but not anymore. So here we go. You're allowed to go out now. So Saturday night dances, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Sarnia Legion. Downstairs, it's a $7 cover charge. It's classic rock and country, 286 Front Street North. They run from January to February and into March. Saturday, February 18th, 2023, is Full Petty Fever Valentine's Bash at Rustic, 8 p.m. in Sarnia. Tickets, www.ticketscene.ca. Saturday, February 4th to February 5th, Chain Reaction, Rockin' the Rooster. $10 cover charge. Like I said, Chain Reaction. Awesome kick-ass band. Glenn and the guys, right on. Saturday, January 28th, 7:30 p.m. is Painkiller Jane at Sarnia's Imperial City Brewhouse. There's no cover charge. Imperial City Brewhouse, they are a great little brewery right here in Sarnia. Great beer. Saturday, February 25th, 2023, at 8 p.m. is 80s Gone Wild at Rustic. Tickets are at the door. You have to check Rustic's Facebook page for more info. Saturday, April 1st, 2023, Rustic's second anniversary featuring the Red Hot Canadian Peppers, a tribute to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Wednesday, February 15th, 2023, 7 p.m. at the Imperial Theater in Sarnia is Kim Mitchell Live. Ticket at Secure One at tixhub.com. Friday, March 3rd, 2023 at 8 p.m. Permanent Waves, a Rush tribute at Rustic in Sarnia. Saturday, February 18th, 7 p.m. is Dirt Cheap. They're an AC/DC tribute band at the Jeannie Gordon Hall in Wallaceburg, Ontario. Tickets $20 per person. Thursday, May 18th, 2023, Refined Fool has karaoke night in downtown Sarnia. That's the Refined Fool in downtown Sarnia. Refined Fool again. Big, great little brewery there. There's so many of them popping up lately. Saturday, February 25th, 2023, 8 p.m. is Mudmen at Victoria Hall in Petrolia, Ontario, 411 Greenfield Street. Tickets on sale at the VPP office, Petrolia Playhouse office. So the Mudmen, great band, great time. There you go. And that is all for local events. So right on. All right. So before we get going here, before we get to our what's on tap for tonight, here's a random bongo solo. All right. Boom. All right. Good cigar. Excuse me. All right, Daryl, I see you've just joined us. Daryl, thank you for watching. This is from Riverfront Cigars in Sarnia. Yeah, so anyways, before we get going here, all right, we get into our menu, our what's on tap. I remind everybody that Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, all these audio listening platforms you're listening to your podcast to, plus YouTube, my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out to rewatching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups like Sarnia Rock, Sarnia Ontario, Chain Reaction, Mr. Mike, Zorin, Ontario, all the pop culture, retro classic nostalgia groups. All the hard rock, hair metal, classic rock, Van Halen groups, all the craft beer, cigar groups, all the sci-fi, Star Wars groups, pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movies, and Superman, Christopher Reeve, James Bond, and Rubik's Cube groups. Right on. So, yeah. The craft beer for tonight, I'm got accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. So, it is called. All right, I'll top this up. All right. So, anyways, yeah. It is. Here's the bottle. It is called Turbulent. It is the chocolate butter peanut butter porter. Chocolate peanut butter porter. It's by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I've tried it for the very first time tonight. All right. Really good. And as you can see, I brought backup. Yeah. It is, you can taste the chocolate and you taste the peanut butter in it. There's no unpleasant aftertaste. It does go down smooth. I'm going to say right now that it's a definite like spring beer. We'll go from there. I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still here and your number jives up with mine, matches up with mine, I do give it a rating out of 10 later on. You know what? So, yeah, feel free to throw it a number if you want. So, all right. So there we go. All right. Yeah. So definitely a damn good beer tonight. So anyways, random bongo solo. All right. So here we go. All right. So anyways. All right. So let me lay this out for you. All right. All right, so, all right. Now I'm doing, all right, the Man of Steel back there. Now, anyways, okay, now we've got Superman 2, our classic movie for tonight. It is, all right, there we go. From the Superman collection, I am doing a 6-part series on the Superman movies. We're starting with the Christopher Reeve era. Last week, we did like Superman, the original one, and here comes the sequel. So, all right. So the sequel, all right. So what you should know, all right, it was released June 19th, 1981 in the U.S. It was released the year before in Europe. We've got all the major players back. We've got Christopher Reeve as Superman back. We've got Perry White. All right. We've got most of the cast back. All right. Okay. So, anyways, Superman 2. We've got Christopher Reeve as Superman. We've got like Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. There you go. They're like Lex Luthor and Otis Ned Beatty. All right, the principal cast. We've got back Lois Lane, Margot Kidder as Lois Lane, and Jimmy Olsen or Mark McClure as Jimmy Olsen. All right. So, all right, and plus we've got the villains. All right. So Terrence Stamp as General Zod, Jack O'Halloran as Non, and Sarah Douglas as Ursa. Plus Valerie Perrine as Miss Tessmacher and E.G. Marshall as the president. So, all right. So, Superman's budget was $54 million. It did a box office of $190 million and more. So, it was safe to say it was a hit. All right. So, anyways, there we go. There's like, we've got, see, I don't know if this is a director's cut or not. So, I'm not going to rehash the plot, the summary, like, all right, so the movie opens, Zod, Ursa, Non. Okay, it's the first couple of minutes of the movie are a rehash of Superman, where he saves the world, saves Lois Lane. If you're watching, I'm going to give away spoilers, so be warned now. And who hasn't seen Superman 2? Zod, Ursa, and Non are jailed to the Phantom Zone. Years later, Superman rescues Lois Lane and hostages from terrorists at the Eiffel Tower, holding a hydrogen bomb. Superman throws it into space, and it explodes. It shatters the Phantom Zone. It frees up Zod, Ursa, and Non. It gives them the power Superman has. They go to Earth. Perry White sends Clark and Lois to Niagara Falls. Superman saves a kid from the falls. Lois suspects Clark is Superman. Superman takes Lois to the Fortress of Solitude. Shows Lois around. He declares his love for Lois. He steps in a chamber that takes away his powers. Meanwhile, Zod, Ursa, and Non take over the White House. They wreak havoc. The president surrenders. There's the diner scene where Clark Kent gets his ass kicked by Rocky. Clark returns to the... and they see on the TV that the villains have, these guys have, taken over the White House. Everything surrenders, standstill. So Clark has to return to the fortress to get his powers back. Lex Luthor escapes from prison, gets to the fortress before Superman does. He teams up with Zod. They lay waste. Zod, Ursa, and Non lay waste to Metropolis. Superman does battle with them in Metropolis, but finally lures them to the fortress. He does battle with them there, but he reverses the Chamber's powers. They don't realize this. They perish and die. Back at the Daily Planet, Clark plants an amnesia kiss on Lois Lane, and she forgets he is Superman. Superman flies to the White House and promises the president he won't abandon his duty again. So, like I said, there's the diner scene. Great, funny ass scene there. Like I said, all the major players are back. It was the behind the scenes drama, and I did post several clips of Superman the movie, like Superman 2, on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page. So one of those. But it was the behind the scenes drama that original director Richard Donner was fired and replaced by Richard Lester. As expected, Gene Hackman, Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, and the rest of the cast were pissed off. Some of them refused to come back for reshoots. As a result, there's continuity problems, and you can see it. If you look closely in Superman 2, you can see it. So, if you like I said, if you look closely in Superman 2, you can see the continuity problems with Lois Lane. Here we go. There, all the major players return. Perry White. All right, Perry White, Lois Lane. Okay. All right. Jimmy Olsen. Mark McClure is Jimmy Olsen. And the villain, Lex Luthor. Gene Hackman is Lex Luthor. All right. All right. And the villains, General Zod, Ursa, and Christopher Reeve had a feud with Jack O'Halloran. It was this guy right here. He was a boxer and a bodybuilder, and they didn't like each other on set. Christopher Reeve, I guess, mouthed off to talked about Jack O'Halloran behind his back, and word got back to him, and they settled it gentlemanly like. So, anyways. I touched on this in Superman. How can you know? Really? Can you tell the difference? when supervillains are laying waste to half your city and Superman's out there battling, where's your most important employee? Like, where is he? Or, you know, but you know what? That's the DC universe. All right. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah, it is Superman 2. I give it like an 8 out of 10 for, fuck. So, anyways, I think all right. So, yeah. All right. So, that is our Superman movie. All right. So, I think I will save that. All right. Okay. So, yeah. So, like I said, I posted scenes from like the Superman 2 and interviews with the cast on my Blogcast page, my Facebook page. All right. So, anyway. There, right there. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. A little bit of bongo. Oh, yeah. All right. All right. So, anyways, yeah. But it was a good movie. But what's to come? Oh my God! I mean, like I said, it is a Superman. I'm doing like a 6-part series. Superman 1, Superman 2. Next weekend is Superman 3, and then we'll yeah. So, it's all the Chris Reeve series plus two other Superman movies plus a biopic. So, anyways, spoilers for future to come. So, anyways, all right. So, yeah, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 5.0. It is episode 239. It is Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. Thank you for watching. We've got our craft beer for tonight. It is accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. All right. We have, and it is called Turbulent. All right, let me show you this. It is a chocolate butter and peanut butter porter by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I'm going to open that up. All right. All right. So I'm going to open it up and top it up. I've got their glass here. All right. So anyways, now I'm trying it for the very first time on this blogcast. So, all right. Like I said, I'm going to go so far as to say it's a spring beer. You can definitely taste the chocolate butter and peanut butter in there, or the chocolate and peanut butter in there. No unpleasant aftertaste, goes down smoothly. We'll start it out as a spring beer, but as the blogcast goes along, I got to get a feel for the beer. I don't use fancy terms like, well, it's a very exquisite, highbrow taste. No, I go with my gut. So, and if you're still here at the end of the blogcast, I do give it a rating out of 10. You want to throw out a number, see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. Still a good beer. All right. So, anyways, before we begin, like our classic canceled TV series, it's Cubing the Rubik time. Now, 20 turns. I am going to try and get the blue side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Fuck's sakes. Like, I mean, this is, oh, man. Yeah, you can see it's going to take me all year long to get like a blue side there. So that's it for Cube and the Rubiks. And I need to do it one more time in the blogcast tonight. So let's see here. Let's see. Just switch, you're going to check it out on Big Jim Blogcast Live. All right. So, okay. All right. Okay. So, okay. All right. All right. So there we go. All right. Switch it back. All right. So, anyways, yeah. I'll get going tonight. I've got Superman 2 on right now. It is. All right. So it's the scene where like General Zod and company are laying waste to a small town in anywhere U.S. of A. Hold on here, random bongo solo. All right. So before we get going, I want to say that like this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 5.0, episode 239, Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. Thank you for watching and tuning in. Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms you listen to your podcast to. All right. Okay. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. The live version goes out on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin group, Sarnia Rocks, especially Chain Reaction, True Fire, Cold South, all those bands, pop culture, retro classic nostalgia groups, all the classic rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups, all the craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, sci-fi, pro wrestling, blog, spot, classic TV and movies, plus the Superman, Clark Kent, Chris Reeve, James Bond, and Rubik's Cube groups. Right on. So, all right. So, anyways, we get to our classic canceled TV series. It was called Code Red. It aired on ABC November 1st, 1981 to September 12th, 1982 for 19 episodes. If you remember that, so the cast was, here's a better picture of them. All right. The cast was Lauren Green as Battalion Chief Joe Rorschach, Andrew Stevens as Ted Rorschach, and Sam J. Jones as Chris Rorschach, his five sons. The late Adam Rich, all right, as Danny Blake, his adopted son. Julie Adams as Anne Rorschach, Joe's wife. And Martina Diagnet as Holly Green, the first LAFD, Los Angeles Fire Department female firefighter. So, yeah. There's a better, picture of them. All right. So, anyways, the premise of Code Red was Fire Chief Joe Rorschach and his sons, Ted and Chris, serve as firemen in the Los Angeles Fire Department. Adopted son Danny Blake serves as a junior firefighter and dreams of joining the LAFD. Code Red began as a TV movie. Joe pursued a dangerous arsonist who was using firebombs to start fires. Now ABC scheduled Code Red for 7 p.m. Sundays in for a family audience. The episodes always ended with a cast member tells the audience about fire safety and first aid. Now, Code Red debuted. This is where, all right. All right. So Code Red, all right, there we go. Here's the primetime schedule for 1981-82 from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, all right. So there we go. You had ABC Code Red, and then you had 60 Minutes, on CBS, and then you had Father Murphy on NBC. There you go. There's the competition right there. Father Murphy on NBC. You had like 60 Minutes on CBS. And that's what hastened Code Red's departure. Cancellation. The ratings monster 60 Minutes for CBS. So, all right. So anyways, you both, like I said, here's like the, all right, there's the cast of Code Red. It was produced by Irwin Allen, and it turns out that the producer, all right, where'd they go? All right, so producer Irwin Allen also created Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea and Lost in Space. So he created these TV. This was his sixth and final TV series for 20th Century Fox. So, now, all right. So most of you know Lauren Green from Battlestar Galactica. All right, and Galactica 1980. So, father figure there. All right. So, I posted several clips of like Code Red on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page. Look for it. All right. So, all right. Okay. So, yeah, I remember like it was a cool show, but unfortunately, it was positioned in the wrong time slot. It could have went on. That kind of show could have went on for like another season or two. But unfortunately, they put it up against 60 Minutes and Father Murphy. Oh, baby. It's a strong cigar. This is Rocky Patel, Vintage Connecticut, for those of you watching in the cigar groups. Oh. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So, okay. All right. Random bongo solo. Boom. All right. So, okay. Okay. Well, it is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 5.0. It is episode 239, Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. All right. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Before we get to like Pepper Martin, my former NWA wrestler, the craft beer for tonight, I'm chasing it down with like Gibson's Finest Scotch Whiskey. All right. It is called Turbulent. It is a chocolate peanut butter porter. It's by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario. Top it up. I'm trying this for the very first time on this blogcast, so no unpleasant aftertaste. You can taste the chocolate and you can taste the peanut butter in it. It's a spring beer. I do give it a rating out of 10 later on the blogcast, so if you're still here and you want to throw out a number that matches up with my rating, feel free to do so. So, yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. Really good beer. The girlfriend and I visited like Craft Heads Brewing Company last summer. Yeah. Good location. Yeah. So it's definitely a spring beer. What do they? Oh, yeah. Here's a little more info. The porter packs a ton of flavor and an easy finish, which will leave you coming back for more. Just take a sip and hold on and enjoy the ride. All right. It's got high adventure. Yeah, the water, malt, unsweetened chocolate, natural peanut butter, hops, yeast, beer for the adventurous. And they're close to it. They are close to it. So, all right. Okay. So, as we get on that, all right, random bongo solo here. All right. So, yeah. All right. Okay. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. So, anyways, we get to our classic pro wrestler of the night. He is Mr. Pepper Martin. Now, he was born September 20. Because if I show you, I've got more pictures of him, but you may recognize him. I'm going to save the suspense for a couple of minutes here. Born September 30th, 1976, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. He debuted back in 1957. His ring name was The Mask. Pepper Martin made his wrestling debut in 1957. He wrestled out of Windsor and traveled and competed in the Detroit territory. He was also competing in the Indianapolis territory, which was run by promoter Jim Barnett. In 1960, he moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma to work for promoter Leroy McGurk. He would compete with the Texas territory, compete in the Texas territory and Minneapolis, Vancouver, and St. Louis. He gets his chance to compete in the West Coast territories in Los Angeles. 1962, he suffers a back injury in June. He was healed up, and he had a successful run in Pacific Northwest Territory. He was also a commentator, and he was the Pacific Northwest champion 5 times, feuding with Stan Stasiak and Mad Dog Vachon and Paul Jones. He was also an 8-time Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champion. Now, he retires from pro wrestling in the early 1970s, and he turns into an acting career. You recognize him yet? Okay. So, his TV roles, all right. So, his TV roles, including, he turns into an actor. He goes Starsky and Hutch, bit parts on Starsky and Hutch, Policewoman, I Dream of Jeannie, The Rockford Files, Chips, Quincy, and also TJ Hooker. All right. So bit parts on there. Minor character roles on those TV series. Plus, let's see here. He is in Superman 2. All right. As this guy. Okay, here's an up-to-date version. There we go. All right, you recognize him yet? Okay. Pepper Martin as my most favorite scenes in the movie there. All right. So, my most favorite scenes, there we go. There he is right there. Actor, wrestler, and in his later years. And Rocky, as his role in Rocky in the diner. Clark Kent just enters the diner, sees Rocky hitting on Lois. He's like, he gets the crap beat out of him by Rocky. Clark sees his own blood, yada, yada, yada. But in the end scene, and this is so classic, Clark Kent returns to the diner he's got his powers and all that. Rocky's sitting back there, and Clark goes, "Excuse me, I think you're sitting in my..." Oh, no. Here's the classic line in that movie. Rocky says to the guy, "Hey, get me another plate of this garbage." And then Clark goes, "Well, that's funny. I didn't know garbage ate garbage." Goes full on Clint Eastwood. And he's like, "Oh, it's you again." All right. And then Rocky punches him in the gut, hurts his hand. Clark wheels him around, rolls him down the diner, into the pinball machine, hands the diner owner a wad of cash, and says, this is for the damage I caused. But that was such a classic scene. Fuck me, yeah. It was a classic scene. I'm sorry. Yeah, there he is, right there. Pro wrestler, all years of him. And as, like, in Superman 2. But it was like, oh, man, it was an awesome movie. There's the scene. There it is right there. So, all right. So, yeah. All right. So, anyways, all right. I posted that several of like Pepper Martin's like matches and promos on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page. Look for it. All right. So, anyways. All right. I got to relight this baby again. All right. So. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Like I said, I posted those scenes on my Blogcast page, my Facebook page. All right. Random bongo solo here. Fuck. All right. Yeah, like I said, he was best known for Rocky and Superman 2 scene. His last role was in the 1990 movie They Came from Outer Space. Unfortunately, like Pepper Martin, he passed away last year at age 85 in 2022. Here's to you, Mr. Martin. Cheers. All right. I got the diner scene on right now from Superman 2. Lois Lane is kicking some ass there. All right, right on. Good for Lois. All right. And so, but yeah, he sees his own blood, freaks out, goes to the Fortress of Solitude, gets his powers back. That's in a nutshell right there. So, all right. Okay. All right. So, okay. Now, all right. So I want to thank everybody for watching. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live. It is episode 239. 239 is Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. The second new blogcast of 2023. We got some new shit. We're including like the best of like classic 007 Bond with like but first we've got like our sci-fi Star Wars minor character here. He is, let's see. All right. Let me lay this out for you before we get to that. All right. So anyways, yeah, like I said, it's Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. Thank you for ending your weekend with me. Want to give shouts out to everybody watching the Port Elgin Sarnia group, especially Sarnia Rock, so there's Bar and Grill. Chain Reaction, True Fire, Cold South, all the pop culture, retro classic nostalgia groups, all the classic rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups, all the craft beer, cigar groups, sci-fi, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blog, all the blog groups, all the classic TV and movies, plus Superman, Chris Reeve, James Bond, Rubik's Cube. Right on, you guys rock. This blogcast isn't spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms you listen to your podcast to, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. So like us, share, subscribe to us, please. So, all right. We get to our like our science fiction, our sci-fi hero. No, our Star Wars minor Star Wars character. This guy is Seward Cass. His quote: "Our scout ships have reached Dantooine. They found the remains of a rebel base, but they estimate it had been deserted for quite some time. They are now conducting an extensive search of the surrounding systems." And he was reporting to Grand Moff Tarkin. There you go. He was aboard the Death Star. Now, Seward Cass was serving 15 years. All right, here we go. There we go. He was serving 15 years in the Galactic Empire, holding the ranks of Chief and later Major and Chief Communications Officer. He was born in the patron system on the planet Hakaleg. Cass was also present for a meeting with like Admiral Mahdi, Tarkin, all these guys. Like Wolf Yularen, Chief Bast, Admiral Tag, Admiral Mahdi, and Darth Vader, with Darth Vader mouthing, or Admiral Mahdi mouthing off to Darth Vader. And yeah, so, but he died. This guy, okay, Mr. Cass died. They were on board the Death Star when it was blowing up. The Death Star was blown up by Rebel pilot Luke Skywalker. All right. He was also played by actor Patrick Jordan, who passed away in 2020. Patrick Jordan was a close personal friend of Sir Alec Guinness, so that's how he got the role. And I posted more of like Seward Cass's like biography and info on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page. So there we go. All right. Okay. Okay. So. Here we go, Mr. Seward Cass, and he only had like that line, but he delivered it. But Patrick delivered it so brilliantly, like but he died aboard the Death Star. So, all right. All right. So, anyways, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live. It is. Oh yeah. All right. So. All right. So yeah, our craft beer for tonight. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 5.0, episode 239. It's Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. We've got a random bongo solo there for everybody. All right. So, we've got some new shit. First of all, I got a good cigar here. It is like the Connecticut Rocky Patel Vintage. All right. From Riverfront Cigars, right there in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. The craft beer for tonight, accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. Toast to like Patrick and Pepper. There we go. Our craft beer for tonight, it is called Turbulent. It is a chocolate peanut butter porter. It is by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Trying it for the very first time. And it's definitely a spring beer. You can taste the chocolate and taste the peanut butter in it. It's a good spring beer. I do give it a rating out of 10 later on the blogcast, so if you're still here and you're sticking around, I may go for a bathroom break soon. But hang in there. If you're still around during the blogcast and want to throw out a number, see if it matches up with mine, please feel free to do so. But yeah, I'll top this up. All right, there we go. All right. So we've still got a lot more to go. We've got our new shit. We've got up on tap next. Okay, I'm gonna take a bathroom break. All right. Oh, fuck. All right. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm back. All right. So yeah, back at it. Craig, I see you're out there. I see you're watching. Thanks for watching. All right. So anyways, we get, like I said, we got some new shit here. We have our classic. All right. So from the classic Bond era, we have we cover from Connery to Lazenby to Moore to Dalton to Brosnan. There we go. We have our classic Bond villain tonight, and he is Max Zorin. And so yeah, and it comes from the Roger Moore collection. We have the essential James Bond here. So, anyways, yeah. All right. So, all right. It was from the movie. All right, Mr. Zorin. All right. Okay. So, he is the he appeared in the 1985 James Bond movie, A View to a Kill, Roger Moore's last movie, as Maximilian Zorin. He was portrayed by Christopher Walken. Now, brief bio, born at the end of World War II, moves to France, becomes a leading businessman in the electronics industry. He was a product of Nazi medical experiments during the war. As a result, he's extremely intelligent, but he's very psychopathic. Now, he has a lifelong affiliation with the KGB. He's the head of Zorin Industries. All right. So here we go. Now, his objective, he planned to destroy Silicon Valley by creating a massive earthquake in the San Andreas Fault at high tide, causing major floods. That would wipe out his competition, wipe out competing computer companies, and well as killing millions of people. Now, okay, obviously James Bond foils Zorin's plan. Bond and Zorin fight each other on Zorin's airship. Unfortunately for Zorin, he loses grip on the cable, falls to his death in the San Francisco Bay. There we go. He has, all right, Deb, I see you're watching. He has his henchwoman, Mayday. She sacrifices herself. She's also killed. Dr. Hansgloob, he's blowing up. All right. Our classic Bond villain from the 007. Classic James Bond 007, covering from Connery to Brosnan. All right. From the Roger Moore collection, View to a Kill. All right. So... and I posted more more clips of Max Zorin from the View to a Kill on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page. There he is again. I mean, who wouldn't love a face like that, huh? All right. Okay. So, and there's his henchwoman Mayday, played by Grace Jones. All right. So... all right. All right, and like I said, I posted more of Max Zorin, his clips of the movie View to a Kill on my Facebook page, my Blogcast page. Look for it. To all you Bond in the James Bond groups, right on. Good cigar here, Rocky Patel Vintage Connecticut, from Riverfront Cigars here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Boom, random bongo solo. All right, so, okay, so yeah, all right, so, all right, so, all right. Before we get to our hockey card hero of the night, all right. I've got my craft beer for tonight. It is accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Um, Damn good. Um, mm. It is called Turbulent by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I have one of their glasses here. Mm. Mm. Trying it for the very first time tonight. It's definitely a spring beer. Definitely spring, summer, and fall. There's no unpleasant aftertaste to it. It does. You can taste the chocolate and the peanut butter in it. Yeah, good texture, smooth. I give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still around, want to throw out a number, see if it matches up with mine, please feel free to do so. All right. Oh yeah, damn good beer. All right. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 5.0, episode 239. It is Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. Yeah. All right. Having a good time. Thank you for ending your weekend with me. I'm going to reiterate that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. There we go. Want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin groups, especially Sarnia Rocks, Sarnia Anything Goes, Chain Reaction, True Fire, Cold South, all those bands. All the retro classic nostalgia pop culture groups, all the hard rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups, all the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movies, plus tonight Superman, Christopher Reeve, James Bond, Rubik's Cube. Right on. You guys rock. All right. So as we get to our hockey card hero, let's see here. We have Mr. Stephen Johns. All right. And here's his hockey card. All right. With his stats on the back there. All right. Now, he was born April 18th, 1992 in Elliswood, Pennsylvania in the U.S. 6'4", 234 pounds. Junior career, plays in the 2005 Quebec National Pee Wee Hockey Tournament with the Pittsburgh Hornets. June 2009-2010 season, he joins the USA Hockey National Team Development Program, wins gold medal at the 2010 IIHF World U18 Championships. 2010 to 2014, he plays 4 seasons of NCAA Division hockey at the Notre Dame, with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, winning the 2003 Men's Hockey CCHA Tournament. With his pro career, April 2nd, 2014, the Chicago Blackhawks signed him to a 2-year entry-level contract for the 2014-15 season and sent him to their AHL team, the Rockford Ice Hogs. July 10th, 2015, he is traded to the Dallas Stars and sent to their AHL team, the Texas Stars, for the 2015-2016 season. Now he's recalled up to the main roster by the Dallas Stars. March 12, 2016, debuts in a 5-2 victory over the Chicago Blackhawks. March 18, 2016, he signs a 2-year contract with the Stars. 2017-18 season, he suffers a mild concussion. Now, January 18, 2020, the Stars defeat the Minnesota Wild. In 17 regular season games, he scores 2 goals and 5 points. But the season was paused because of the COVID virus pandemic. Johns and the Stars made 4 appearances in the 2020 Stanley Cup Finals. 2020-2021, he's ruled out for the whole season with a recurring post-concussion syndrome. And that leads him to retire on June 13th, 2021. There you go. There is our hockey card hero, Stephen Johns. And I posted several of his highlights on my Facebook page and my blogcast page. Real tough guy. Real ass kicker on the ice. Plus, but a great player, too. All right. And so, like I said, I posted several of his highlights on my Facebook page, my blogcast page, so look for it. Mm. 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 All right, so yeah. Mm. Okay. Mm. All right. Woo. Random bongo solo. Mm. All right. So, good cigar from Riverfront Cigars. It's a Rocky Patel Vintage, Connecticut. Mm. All right. So, yeah. All right. So yeah, I see we've got like quite the audience tonight. Susan, Deb, Craig, everybody else, Ann. Thank you for watching. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 239, Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. Thank you for ending your weekend with me. We've got our classic album for tonight. Oh yeah. All right. So, our craft, before we get to that, our craft beer for tonight, accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. It is called Turbulent. It is a chocolate peanut butter porter. I've got their glass right here. It is by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. For those of you watching worldwide, there it is. There's a close-up of it. I'm going to top that up a little bit. Oh, yeah. And this beer, smooth tasting, goes down smoothly. You can taste the chocolate. You can taste the peanut butter in it. It's definitely a spring, summer, and fall beer. Now, it's good for when you're coming back. It's good when you're by a roaring fire. It's a campfire beer. It is. It's a real good campfire beer when you're at the cottage. You know, it's good to enjoy when you're at the cottage. Yeah, so I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. This is a beer I'm trying for the very first time tonight. So if you're sticking around, at the end of the blogcast, I'm going to throw it a rating out of 10. If you want to see if it matches up with mine, you can throw it a number 2. You want to see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. It is, like I said, here's a close-up. It is called Turbulent Chocolate Peanut Butter Porter by the Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. All right. All right. Boom. All right. So, anyways, our classic album for tonight. Oh my God, I can't believe this. I used to listen to this when I was a kid. It is called Exciter, Violence and Force. This was released February 1984. Here's the band. Here's a classic picture of the band, 3-piece. And here's an up-to-date picture of the band. All right. Now, Exciter. Now, it was released February 1984, recorded in November of 1983 at Pyramid Sound Studios in Ithaca, New York, on the Megaforce label, produced by Megaforce head Jan Zazula and the Rods drummer Carl Cassidy. Now, this is Exciter's second studio album. The band, Dan Beeler, drums and lead guitar and lead vocals. I don't know how you can do that. John Ricci on guitar, Alan Johnson on bass. Side 1, you've got Oblivion, Violence and Force, Scream in the Night, Pounding Metal, Evil Sinner. Side 2, you've got Destructor, Swords of Darkness, Delivering to the Master, Saxons of the Fire, War is Hell. I gave it a retro listen on Spotify earlier today. Now, for this album, they toured, opened up for Anthrax and Merciful Fate. Standout songs on here: Deliver to the Master, Destruction. Okay. Destructor, Saxons of the Fire. It's a really good, hard-hitting album by Exciter. Similar bands and influence. They were influenced by Anvil, Venom, Saxon, Anthrax. Um, it sounds like early Metallica, and they were also influenced by Motorhead. So boom, bam, bam, bam. I posted like several of their like videos, Violence and Force, Oblivion, several of their videos on my Facebook page and my Blogcast page, and I may have posted a few interviews with them. So here's like the classic version of the band. All right, and here's an up to date picture of them. All right, there you go. Classic, up to date. Who couldn't love? What teenage girl couldn't love these guys? You have like album, like the cover. Okay, the cover album. It okay, Bonsai. All right, so you have like a little write up here. You have the lyrics, Saxons of the. You have like all right, so Pounding Scream, Destructor. You have all the lyric pages here. Like the album artwork was by Andy Brown, with like thanks and help to Dead Parrot Productions. Yeah, on Megaforce Records, subsidiary of a subsidiary of Polygram Records. It's like classic album. So if you see this, of course I got it from Goodwill. Yeah, I found you can find more exciting shit in Goodwill. Like holy shit, Exciter. There you go. Da-da. Violence and Force, our classic album for the night. All right. So, anyways, all right. So yeah, and like I said, I posted several of their videos from that album, songs on my Facebook page, my Blogcast page. So look for it. All right. So yeah, and all right, Exciter. Here's like the classic version of the band, and here's an up-to-date version of the band. All right. So yeah, a couple of fine-looking fellas there. Exciter. And the band's name was taken from a Judas Priest song title, which it couldn't help, but they do sound a little bit like their influences were also Judas Priest. So, all right, boom. Random bongo solo there for everybody. All right. Now, before we get to my most favorite time in the Blogcast, all right. All right. Forgive me, but I got to take a second bathroom break. That beer goes right through you. So, all right. All right. Okay, I'm coming back. I'm here. Relax. All right, coming back. Yeah, here we are. I'm right here. All right, so yeah, just had to take a little bit of a bathroom break there. All right, so before we get to my most favorite time in the Blogcast, gotta tell you, I got a good cigar, Rocky Patel Vintage Kinetic from Riverfront Cigars. All right. So, anyways, yeah. I gotta tell you guys, like, Thank you for watching. It's Big Jims Blogcast Live version 5.0. Episode 239 is Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. This blogcast is in spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms you're listening to your podcast to. Plus YouTube, my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin groups, especially Sarnia Rocks, Michelle, Al. You guys rock. Sarnia Anything Goes. Chain Reaction, True Fire, Cold South, all the retro classic nostalgia pop culture groups, all the craft, all the hair metal, classic rock, Van Halen groups, all the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blog spot, classic TV and movies, plus Superman, Chris Reeve, James Bond, classic James Bond, and Rubik's Cube groups. You guys rock. So thank you for watching. Now we got to my most favorite time in the blogcast. It is This Week in Van Halen History from January 16th to the 22nd. Now, January 16th, 1992, Edward Van Halen attends the dedication ceremony for the Rock Walk in Hollywood, California. January 16th, 2007, Eddie Van Halen appears in a cover story for Guitar World magazine. January 17th, 1977, Van Halen plays the Golden Bear Bar in Huntington Beach, California. January 17th, 2015, Michael Anthony attends the Barrett Jackson North Auction in Scottsdale, Arizona. January 18th, 1984, and Van Halen opens the 1984 tour at the Coliseum in Jacksonville, Florida. January 18th, 1996, EVH, Eddie Van Halen jams with Billy Idol and Steve Stevens at the National Association of Music Merchants NAMM show in the Convention Center in Anaheim, California, and also introduces the PV Wolfgang line of guitars. January 19th, 1991, Edward Van Halen, Steve Morse, and Alvin Lee play a showcase at the NAMM show in Anaheim, California Convention Center. January 20th, 1975, Montrose and Sammy Hagar play the John Underhall in Frankfurt, West Germany. January 20th, 1982, Van Halen appears on Van Mars Countdown show in Amsterdam. January 21st, 1984, Van Halen plays a Sportatorium in Hollywood, California. January 20th, 1987, David Lee Roth plays the Broome County Arena in Binghamton, Norfolk, Virginia. January 21st, 1988, David Lee Roth scales down Tower Records building in Los Angeles to promote the release of Skyscraper. January 22nd, 1983, Van Halen play the Ibirapuera Gymnasium in Sao Paulo, Brazil. January 22nd, 2008, Van Halen plays the Ford Center in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Boom! And that is all for this week in Van Halen history. All right, so, okay. So before I rate the beer, and I give you your motivational quote for tonight, I am going to give you... All right, I gotta relight there. All right. All right. It's one more time tonight. I said it. I'm going to cube the Rubik. I'm going to get 20. I get 20 turns on the cube with this. I'm trying to get the blue thing. All right. So anyways, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. There's also that. 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then you got your 20. Shit. Okay, well, that's the best I can do. That's it for the cube and the Rubik tonight. But before I rate the beer, I'm going to give you guys like a inspirational, motivational quote. Now, keep your face towards the sunshine, and the shadows will fall behind you. Quote. That's by Unknown. I'll repeat that. Keep your face towards the sunshine, and your shadows will fall behind you. Before I rate the beer, I got to tell you guys that this blogcast is not spam. It is Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 239. This blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms. Is your podcast too. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin groups, especially Sarnia Rocks. Chain Reaction, Glenn and the Guys, great little band there. All the retro classic nostalgia pop culture groups, all the hair metal, classic rock, Van Halen groups, all the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blogspot, classic TV and movies, plus the Superman, Christopher Reeve, James Bond, 007, Rubik's Cube groups. Right on. So, my craft beer for tonight, I am... Alright, so if anybody wants to throw in a number, feel free to do so now. Because I'm accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Damn good. Alright. Tonight, alright, so we've got Turbulent. Alright. It is. And anybody want to throw in a number there? Alright. So it's Turbulent. It's a chocolate peanut butter porter. It is by Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Trying it for the very first time. I'll give it one last swig. Like I said, oh, yeah, no unpleasant aftertaste to it. It's a spring, summer, and fall beer. It's a good campfire beer. All right, it is. All right, I'll top this up. Like I said, it's a Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Now, like I said, you can taste the chocolate butter. You can taste the chocolate peanut butter in it. No unpleasant aftertaste. It's a campfire beer. Good campfire beer. Definitely like made for the summer, spring, and fall. And dare I say, the wintertime when you're by a roaring fire. Keeps you warm in the cold. So, here we go. So if anybody that wants to, I'm about to. All right. So, all right. So, anyways, all right. So, you ready? Drum roll. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. 9 out of 10. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Good beer. All right. Okay, yeah. Definitely like a 9 out of 10 for Craft Heads Brewing Company. All right. Boom. All right, there it is. Definitely a do again. Definitely go back to it. Oh, yeah. Cheers, everyone. All right. So, oh, yeah. Like I said, oh, yeah, and I also all right. So that's a 9 out of 10. Like I said, this beer, it's a good, there's no unpleasant aftertaste. It is a good campfire beer, good spring, summer, and fall beer. Plus the wintertime when you're like with your loved one by a roaring fire. It's awesome. It's just 9 out of 10. So all right, there you go. Okay. Um, all right. So. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Now I wanted to tell you guys. All right. So, anyways, I have been getting requests for T-shirts like mine on my blog on like people have been asking me how do I get a T-shirt. So all you have to do, these T-shirts, if you want one like mine with the logo, with baseball jersey style, or a plain white T-shirt, you know what? Or any design, all you have to do, first of all, they are $35 plus shipping and handling. It takes 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. All you got to do is e-transfer me $35, or contact me through my Blogcast page or my Facebook page, and and we will definitely try to accommodate you in any style. So, all right, so there we go. There's the T-shirts. All right, so if you want one like mine, like a baseball jersey, or a onesie or anything like that, just contact me, inbox me, and I will do my best. They're $35. That includes shipping and handling, 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. All right, and so, okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, all right. All right. Okay. Definitely had to relight this cigar. So, anyways, yeah. As I'm going to remind everybody that this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 5.0, episode 239. It is Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. All right. And we are not spam. Like I said, okay, the audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim's Blogcast Live at youtube.com. All right. So anyways, all right. All right. Fuck. All right. All right, people. That's it for me. We gave a 9 out of 10 to the Turbulent Chocolate Butter Peanut Butter Porter by Craft Heads Brewing Company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Our birthday shout-outs: Gwen Holbrook, Carolyn F. Butler, Susan Welch, Barbara Rousseau, Tanya Ferguson, Peter Norris, Elizabeth Hillier, Tracy Williams, Sue Campbell, Ryan Martin, Dora, Kathleen Roscoe. Our countdowns, local events: Superman 2, Code Red, Pepper Martin, Pro Wrestler Pepper Martin, our Star Wars character, Seward Cass, our classic Bond villain, Max Zorin from View to a Kill, our hockey car hero, Stephen Johns, our classic album, Exciter, Violence and Force, This Week in Van Halen History. I rated the beer 9 out of 10. Our inspirational motivational quote: keep your face towards the sunshine and the shadows will fall behind you. Random bongo solo. All right, so you'll definitely see me next weekend for Big Jim's Blogcast Live. All right. Yeah, 9 out of 10 on the on Turbulent Chocolate Butter Peanut Butter Porter. Thank you, everybody, for watching. All right. So, it was accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Yeah, not much more I can say. Is everyone's got to go to work tomorrow. Thank you. This is Big Jim's Blogcast Live, version 5.0, episode 239. Yeah, like I said, we're going live later on like all these audio listing platforms. Shouts out. There we go. my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin group, Sarnia Rocks, Chain Reaction, Pop Culture, Retro Classic Nostalgia groups, Craft Beer, Cigars, all the Van Halen, Classic Rock, Hair Metal groups, Star Wars, Sci-Fi, Pro Wrestling, Blog Spot, Classic TV and Movies, plus the Superman, Christopher Reeve groups, the James Bond, Rubik's Cube. All right, people, rock on, and thank you for ending your weekend with me. All right, so cheers, everyone. Be good. All right, there we go. And you will definitely see me next weekend. So